Hi, beautiful yogis. I'm Megan, and today is the first of 4 Saturdays where I'm going to offer you what I'm calling short and sweet in September. They will be practices that will all be under 30 minutes. They will all start standing, and each one will have some sort of guideline or purpose. And today's purpose is to find the quiet space in your body. So please come and join me standing. Before you do that, make sure you're subscribed, like my video, leave me comments. I know I've had a lot of requests for these shorter practices, so let me know if they work for you. So coming into that standing position, we start by grounding, feeling ourselves on the earth. The grounding is always a way to find some of the quiet space. So even when we're doing poses that might create a lot of sensation in our body, come back to your feet and feel the gentleness of just holding yourself in an upright posture, the simplicity of it. Place your hands on your heart and be still. And set that intention. Where is it right now in your own body that you can find a place that is quiet? And it may continue to be that same space throughout the practice, or it may change as we direct our energy and awareness into certain muscles and bones and joints. Then just take your hips, release your hands, and begin to make some circles with your hips. Go around, let your knees be soft. You can switch the direction of the circles. Still feeling your feet grounded. And let your hips relax, stacking them over your legs. Come into your shoulders and make just some nice, big but soft, relaxing shoulder rolls. You can go front to back first. Roll those shoulders, feel your collarbones, your shoulder blades moving. You can switch the direction of the circles. And letting your shoulders be quiet. Feel your skull and your neck and just gently turn your head from side to side as if you're saying no. See if you can move from your nose or even the skull itself. Let your jaw stay relaxed. And next time you're at center, switch your no to a yes. So you can lift your nose up towards the sky a little bit, feel the throat open, stretch, and then bring the nose down towards the collarbones. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. Simple movement for the neck. And then pause. Take your hands behind you, clasp them into a basket. Draw your elbows out to your sides and your knuckles down towards the ground. And then begin to slowly slide both hands towards your back, your left hip. Your right arm will come across your low body and then hug your left elbow in towards the side of the body. Pause there for a moment to enjoy and appreciate the stretch through your shoulders, and then slowly start to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And maybe lift it back up a few times and drop it. And notice where you're feeling that stretch through the side of the neck on the right or the top of the shoulder on the right. And then pause. Allow your eyes to relax, your jaw. You can even gently move your jaw or open and close it. You may sense the stretch not only through your neck, but through your jaw. And then these last few breaths, instead of staying present in the stretch or where you feel the sensation, find something that's quiet in your body. Could even be the feeling or the sound of your own breath as it gets soft and rhythmic. Slowly lift the head back up to the center. We'll do the clasp behind us again. Clasp your hands, draw your elbows out to the sides, and slide your hands over towards that right hip this time, pressing left arm into your side or into your back. Draw your right elbow in. Pause there for a moment. Feel like your left elbow is drawing downward, your left shoulder, and then Just explore bringing your right ear to your right shoulder and back. So I always like to do this in movement a few times first to see how far can you go, what's your range of motion, but then where's the place you just want to settle and be still, where you're benefiting from that nice stretch through the left side of your neck, the top of the shoulder, maybe even the jaw, but you can feel relaxed. So sometimes that quiet space can even be in the tissues, the area, the joint that we're focusing on. So right now, the top of the shoulder, the neck, and the left side, the jaw. You can move your jaw a little bit. The breath softens. And then lifting the head back up. Release your arms. Come to the front of your mat. And thumbs forward, palms facing your sides. As you breathe in, reach up, take your thumbs back. You'll feel like you're creating a little bit of a back bend as you take your gaze up. As you breathe out, take your arms down and just sit a little bit. Just take your knees into a bent position. Press into your heels, rise up, reach your hands up. Breathe out, sit down. So it's up to you how far you want to sit. The further you go, the more work. But push your feet down, reach your hands up, and then come down as deep as you want to go. Moving slowly, pressing into the heels to rise up. Notice the full body movement. Reach up one more time. And then we're going to sit. And when we sit, you're welcome to take your hands to your sides as we've been doing, or reach up. Combine these two movements. Keep that reach. Hug your arms towards your ears and exhale, sit down. So here, or again, hands can be back here. Take a few breaths. May get a little trickier finding that quiet spot, but it's there. I usually like to pulsate into my legs a little bit too, to feel the leg muscles wrapping around the thighs. Be still. So you might notice things like the breath is not as quiet because those bigger muscles in our legs need a little more oxygen when we begin to use them. Last breath in. Breathe out. Slide your hands down your thighs. We're going to come into a soft forward fold. So keeping the knees bent and keep your hands on your thighs. Take your hands right to the fronts of your shins. Push your shins into your hands. Bend your knees as you exhale. So shins forward into your hands. Take your elbows out to the sides. As you breathe in, imagine pushing your shins and thighs back and reach out through the crown of the head. So straightening the legs just a little bit. Exhale, bend the knees. Feel that stretch through the back line. Inhale, reach out. Super basic, but feel the back body stretching. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach out one more time. And this time in the reaching, we'll stay there. Push your shins forward, take your thighs back, crown of the head forward. Just looking straight down at the ground, nose facing the ground. Long, strong back. And you may have more bend in the knees if that's more comfortable for you. And breathing. Check to see where your weight is in your feet, not too far in the front or the back, because then maybe your feet can be that quiet place for you. Next breath out. Bend your knees, take your hands to the ground, and we're going to come to all fours. Once you come to all fours, we're going to do a cat-cow position to move the spine. Inhaling into the cow, the arch. And as you exhale and come into the cat or curl, roll your toes under too to stretch the feet out. Inhale, tops of the feet to the ground. Arch. Exhale, roll toes. Curl the spine. Taking one more round. And then pausing at the center, take just your left leg back. Push through your left leg. You can rock it out, stretch it out. You can look at my friend back there. And then lifting just the left leg up, point the toes straight down. Watch you're not lifting the hips, so thigh bone facing down. You can stay there, or you can come onto your right fingertips or reach the right hand forward. So doing some very basic postures, but these are strengthening. So we're in our, this one goes by so many names. I'll call it Sunbird today. But where is it that you can find a quiet place in your body? Can you feel the strength of your back line, your leg, your arm? Plug your arm into your right shoulder and your left leg into your hip, but also reach through the fingers and the toes. One more round of breath. Take the arm down and the leg. Press into the right hand, and as you breathe in, lift your left arm up. Take a little rotation, like you're waving to me. Hello. As you breathe out, tuck that left arm underneath. Bend your right elbow. You can go as far down as you want. Inhale, rotating to the left. Feel that spine. Exhale, rotating to the right. Falling down. One more time. Inhale up. And then exhale. Take that thread through. So we're threading the left arm through. You can rest onto your left cheek. If it doesn't quite make it down, use your right arm as a pillow. Other options with the right arm. So you're putting just a little bit of compression in that left arm, but right arm can stay on the ground. I like to reach it forward to stretch out the right side. Fingertips come up and crawl the right hand forward. Some people like to bind the right hand on the low left hip. So you're wrapping the right hand around with the palm facing up, like you're putting it in your left pocket. I happen to have pockets today. And what's quiet? Release into the quiet space. One more round of breath there. Take the right hand back down. Push into the right hand. Inhale the left arm up. All the way up. And exhale. Take it down. Step just your right foot forward. We're coming into a low lunge, but we're going to wrap the left toes underneath us. Come onto your fingertips. Lift up. And then you're going to inhale and squeeze your thighs. Lift your pelvis. As you exhale, sit down into your legs. And if that back leg wants to bend, let it. Inhale, lift up. The other thing is if you feel too rounded in your spine, you can take blocks underneath your hands. So pause your video, grab the blocks. Exhale, fall down with gravity. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fall down. One more time, lifting up. And then as you exhale, come all the way down. Plant that left hand. And just as we rotated before, this time you'll be keeping your left hand on the ground, fingertips or palm, and rotate to the right. Hug your thighs together. So you can stay right here, knee on the ground, that left knee. Or if you want more muscular challenge. So the thing to me is if you're quiet here, it's a good place to stay. But if you feel like it's a little too quiet, then lift that back leg, hug your thighs. So you can be here or here. Taking 3 to 5 breaths. We'll drop the hand back down. We're going to turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. So coming towards the long edge, bend your knees a little bit. And then inhale, come halfway out, straightening the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. So just like what we did at the front of the mat. Inhale, straight. If you want to take your hands to your shins instead, you can do that. Exhale, bend. Working our way into a wide leg fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach out, hands on the shins, hands to the ground, or use your blocks. And we'll pause on this one. Try to lift the arches of the feet just a little. Maybe you hug your inner thighs. Feel the pinky toe side of your foot. Maybe that's the quiet space. One more round of breath. Then we're going to turn all the way towards the left foot. So opposite end of your mat. You're going to drop your right knee down. Take your left knee back next to it. And find all fours. This time the right foot will come back. Push through the right foot and stretch out your calf, your ankle. I just wanted to turn so I could see the dog. Stretch out the leg, and when you're ready, lift up the leg. Right leg's coming up, toes pointing down, push through the heel, but plug the thigh bone into the hip. Just left fingers, that's the challenge, or you can reach your left hand. What we also want to watch is that we're not doing banana back, so dropping the belly. Lift your navel center up. Think of your kidneys like balloons. You're filling them up and lifting them up. Taking a few breaths there. Quiet space. Hand comes down, leg comes down. Left hand will stay on the ground this time. You're going to inhale, right arm up and give a wave. Throw a peace sign if you want. Exhale, slide that right arm underneath you. Come as far down as you'd like, maybe bending the left elbow. Inhale, reaching. And exhaling, rotating. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide it underneath you. You can rest onto your right cheek. Left arm could come forward, walking it like a spider crawl. Get that left side body long, or you can wrap it around, reaching for your right pocket. Find that space where you can be comfortable and something's quiet. Letting the right cheek release into the ground. Feeling just that little bit of compression in the right shoulder, perhaps. And if that's too loud, where's the quiet? Left hand's going to come back down. Push into the left hand. Free that right arm. Emancipation of the right arm. Take it out. And down. This time it's the left leg that will come forward. And you're going to come onto your fingertips, roll the back right toe under. So my feet are about hip distance apart. And then use the strength of your thighs, hug them together as you lift up on your inhale. So like a pair of scissors, as you exhale, drop down. Again, opportunity to put hands on blocks if you'd rather. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, drop down. Feel the lovely dance in the leg muscles, the fronts of the legs, the backs of the legs. One more time up. And we'll drop all the way down, coming onto the right knee. Palm or fingertips, depending on what's comfortable for you on that right hand. Inhale and take your rotation to the left. I get to look outside. Stay there. Find what's quiet. Or if you'd like a little more challenge, if it's really quiet, with that right toe rolled under, lift your right leg, bring your right thigh bone forward, left thigh back. Let the left hand come back down. We're going to walk all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat again, along with our fingers on the rest of our body. This time, come all the way up. Turn your toes out, heels in. Just make some side-to-side motions. Feeling that nice stretch in your inner thighs. Be playful. And we'll do some shoulder dips. So with your hands on your thighs, feel your right shoulder. As you exhale, draw your right shoulder towards your left thigh. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left shoulder to right thigh. And what I'm trying to do is create a stable base, unmoving from the pelvis down through the feet. Think of your pelvis and down as the roots of the trees growing down into the ground. And from the pelvis up is the branches reaching up. And the branches are moving as they do in the wind. Those roots are staying steady, and you're just exhaling, looking at one leg, inhaling to the center, exhaling back. We'll see if we can do this and find something quiet next time you're visiting your left leg. Pause for a moment. Sit as deep as you can, hug your thighs, lift your arches of your feet, and push out through your pelvis just a little bit. And what's quiet? Inhale, center. Exhale, try the whole to the other side. Little bit of work here. Head turning just enough. Notice what happens with your breath. That may not be the quiet space for you. Inhale back to the center. Lift all the way up. Kick your heels out a little bit, toes more straight forward. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, we're going to bow forward. Feel free to bend your knees. And here, can you find a place that's quiet? If it's not quiet, bend the knees more. You could take your hands to your shins. If it's available to you, you can take opposite hand to elbow and let your arms dangle. Keep lifting the hips up as you inhale, hugging the inner thighs. Exhale, let the upper body fall with gravity. Breathing upside down. Take your hands to the ground or to your shins and inhale, come halfway out. So if you feel like you're not getting enough length with hands on the ground, go to the shins. The other option, if you want to create a little more sensation, is hands to your hips, fingers pointing down, thumbs on your back, and hug your inner elbows together. Feel that little spread around your collarbones. You're opening your wings. Legs stay strong. Last breath in. Breathe out. Bow down. Walk your hands back towards the right foot, the front of the mat. We're going to come into a down dog. So if you prefer not to do down dog, you can take your knees back and take a child's pose. Otherwise, step that right foot back and find your down dog. And let's play for a little bit first. Bend one knee and then the other. Feel the soles of your feet stretching out. Backs of the legs. I like to bend one knee and the other and bike pedal, but then also keep your knees straight and lift one hip and heel and drop it. And then the other hip and heel. It's like you're a marionette puppet and somebody's lifting up your hip. Arms staying strong. I wish I could share the lovely breeze coming in the door with you. And then find that pause, that place of stillness. So if there's no place that's quiet, bend the knees a little bit more, or even consider taking a child's pose. Otherwise, as you breathe upside down in your down dog, can you find a space that's quiet in you? Three more rounds of breath. The soothing, sweet breath coming in and out. Drop back down onto your knees. We're going to come to a seated position. And taking both legs out in front of us, wide leg position. Toes up, roll your thigh bones in. Come up tall on your sits bones, so you should feel that you're not falling back, but you're more towards the front of the sit bones, and just make some circles first. Circle from, I like to circle from, there's two places. Your hip crease first. You can even place your hand at your hip crease. And you might want to explore moving from your waist, just above the hip crease, the second hinge. Keeping the legs slightly active, toes point up, and pushing the back line of the legs into the ground. So we did a wide leg fold standing. And the difference now is we have the support of the ground, the feedback from the ground on the backs of our legs. And I'm bringing you towards this posture as we come towards the end of the practice, because forward folds are meant to calm the nervous system. So finding that quiet place should be easier. But the key to that is making it comfortable in your body. So if there's too much pulling in the back line of the legs, you may want to consider bending your knees and placing your feet on the ground and coming to a position that looks more like this. Otherwise, keep the back of the leg line active, point those toes up, and work your way into a fold. Folding first from the hip crease and then the waist. I often like to just rest my head in my hands. So there may be lots of things going on in the backs of your legs. I can even feel it all the way down in the sole of my foot today. Those are just feelings. It's like the dial button. I can back out and turn that volume dial down, or come deeper into the posture and turn the volume up. But I'm going to look for the space that's a little bit quieter. Maybe not right in the backs of the legs. Where is that in your body now? Can you allow your breath to get softer, more natural? When you're ready to come up, engage the legs again, push the back line of the legs into the ground, and inhale, lift yourself up. We're going to come all the way down to the ground. So we'll use just a little bit of core to get there with the feet on the earth. Press your feet into the ground. Imagine dragging your heels towards your buttocks. Reach your fingers forward and slowly descend. Take as much time as you can. You'll feel yourself roll through your sacrum. And that's like this space where you're going to either give out or keep going. Go really slow. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Keep pushing those feet down. Then we want to fly up into the air until your whole back body, your skull, arrives. Once you arrive, draw your feet and legs into your body. Just rock for a moment. We're going to come into a happy baby to finish. So we did some nice inner thigh stretching, but you can continue that by just holding the backs of the thighs. If you let your tailbone lift up, you're going to get more stretch through your sacrum and your low back. If you keep that tailbone on the ground, you're going to feel it more in your hips. So see what suits you. If I let the tailbone lift, then I can easily grab my feet. Some people like to do that. I also like more of the hip version, so keeping the pelvis on the ground, even a little air pocket underneath my low back. Feeling it more in the hips. Is there a quiet space and somewhere inside of you right now? It's not to deny the communication that the body is sending you, the sensations, but there's always something else. There's always a place, a safety, serenity within your body. Where is that? Release your legs back down to the ground and choose a position where we can be still for at least a minute. Because I'm keeping these videos shorter, I'll invite you to stay there for longer. But Savasana is such an important pose to allow all of the systems of your body to integrate. Beautiful work you just did. And also the restful space to really practice finding the quiet in your body. So choosing the physical position that is most likely to let you feel restful and calm. Sense the support of the ground on the whole back body, wherever it's touching it. You feel the movement of your skin with your breath. There's times when just breathing in a state of awareness is enough. It's all we need. If you have more time in your day, I encourage you to stay here longer. Otherwise, feel free to take a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Press your legs, maybe bike pedal your legs. Offer yourself gratitude, just as I offer you gratitude for practicing with me, for practicing with yourself. You can roll to one side. Take your time if you are coming up. Thank you for joining me for this first of short and sweet in September practices. I hope to see you for the remaining 3 weeks, and any feedback on how you enjoy the practice itself, more of a flow, and also the length of the practice. Peace, joy, love, and light.